The following is a special presentation from KBTX Media and our partner, the Bank and Trust. From the rotunda of the George Bush Presidential Library and Museum on the campus of Texas A&M University, welcome to the Jefferson Awards, helping us celebrate the accomplishments of these remarkable individuals. Chairman of the Points of Light Foundation, Neil Bush.
Good evening, and welcome to the George Bush Presidential Library Museum at Texas A&M for this special occasion. We are honored that these Jefferson Awards are being broadcast by KBTX. Public service is the reason we're gathered here tonight. My father has said that any definition of a successful life must include service to others. Tonight, we are here to celebrate the outstanding commitment to service of 4 Texans who rolled up their sleeves in helping lift others. These honorees are dedicated volunteers who didn't have any expectation of getting anything in return. For those recipients of the Jefferson Awards, on behalf of the entire Bush family, congratulations, and thank you for being bright points of light in the lives of others. Thank you, and God bless you.
Now, from the rotunda of the George Bush Presidential Library and Museum, please welcome your host for the evening, News 3's Crystal Galney.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for the Jefferson Awards. We are here at the beautiful George Bush Presidential Library and Museum on the campus of Texas A&M for KBTX TV's 15th annual Jefferson Award ceremony. Tonight, we are honoring 4 outstanding Brazos Valley residents who give their time to help others. But first, please stand and join me in welcoming the Ross volunteers with our presentation of the colors and the singing cadets of Texas A&M University with our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You may be seated. Tonight, you will meet 4 incredible Brazos Valley residents who commit every day to making our community a better place to live. This evening, we honor Cherie Bogner, Mildred Davis, Danielle Hernandez, and Dr. Tom King. You're about to see why each of these honorees deserves this prestigious symbol of dedication and commitment. Each of our winners receives a gold Jefferson Award medallion from the Institute for Public Service. They'll also become eligible for the National Jefferson Award ceremony later this year in Washington, D.C. Now, let's meet our 2019 Jefferson Award recipients. Tonight's first recipient is Cherie Bogner. the founder of the annual Sassy Shoes Social. As Rusty Surrett learned, you'll stay busy if you're spending a day in her shoes.
If you're going to walk a mile in Cherie Bogner's shoes, prepare to walk a while.
I am everywhere, but it's only because there's amazing things happening in this community.
A loyal advocate that has more awards and recognitions for her contributions to area nonprofits than she can count, Cherie's passion to help others is what led her to one of the most unique events in the Brazos Valley, the Sassy Shoe Social.
And I think it's funny, most people compliment me on my tennis shoes.
What started as a social gathering with friends is now a celebration and fundraiser for Phoebe's Home. That's an organization that offers free services for those affected by domestic violence. And they've been able to upgrade the children's playroom and the playground at the shelter.
Kids need to be able to be kids, because if they're being kids, they're being able to be creative and being able to relax from the horrible situations they've been in.
Cherie's been swinging from one good deed to another her whole life, but in her eyes, there is always room for more, so she's going back to school.
Why not go to grad school, learn more about nonprofit management, and see what else I can do?
Growing up, 4-H and FFA had a way of pushing her to being something bigger than herself by helping others. They also taught her to be a leader.
And to be a good leader, you've really got to care about where you're going, what's going on in the world, and you can't do that if you only focus on yourself.
Proud to present to you this 2019 Jefferson Award Medallion. Congratulations.
Thank you. Man, Sassy Shoe Social, say that 3 times fast, right? Something I did to get some girlfriends together has turned into an annual event to give voice to those who can't speak for themselves. Wow, we are on number 10. Not only do we bring awareness to domestic violence, we also give people the opportunity to shine and build their confidence by walking a runway. Surprisingly to me, over the years, I've heard some pretty ugly stories, and some have had some beautiful endings. People walk the runway to celebrate whatever's going on in their lives, from ending a relationship to starting a relationship, winning their fight against cancer, or even walking for someone else. Over the years, I've noticed that our guests have shined brighter, stand taller, and become better versions of themselves. And they have all influenced me to do the same. By partnering with Phoebe's Home, we are standing against domestic violence and encouraging others to empower others. 1 in 4 women and 1 in 9 men have experienced domestic violence. No one should make you feel less than a person. Love does not hurt. And by empowering others, you are showing that other people have stories and that each story matters. Our projects with the shelter so far have been centered around kids, because kids need a safe place just to be a kid. It is such a blessing to see how contagious the love of shoes and the love of giving have been working together to make a difference in our world. I am so aware how absolutely blessed I have been by having so many talented, giving, and supportive people and businesses surrounding me. We all know we can't do anything alone, and that is definitely the case tonight. I would not be standing up here in front of you if it wasn't for the amazing, and I'm talking absolutely amazing people that are by my side. Thank you for saying yes to whatever I seem to get myself into to make a difference in our community. At the many organizations that I'm involved in, I am truly grateful. Thank you.
Mildred Davis has been a lifelong volunteer in the Brazos Valley, but her most recent project is about giving dignity back to those who lived here before us. Carla Castillo has more.
While hundreds of people drive by this nearly forgotten Bryan Cemetery, Mildred Davis is inside, checking on her latest project.
Mother O.B.D. Holland, She died in 1977.
She has no personal connection to anyone buried here, but her goal is to
Bring dignity to this cemetery and make it beautiful so that families would appreciate coming here.
Davis was asked to help lead the efforts to clean up Grandview because of her success restoring another historic cemetery in the Brazos Valley.
I'm very honored to be a person who someone else would see the things that I do and appreciate them.
And she does plenty. The Bryan native volunteers with nearly a dozen local nonprofits.
My husband and I really like to give back to the community.
She's an Angel Tree and Red Kettle volunteer for the Salvation Army. Peers say she's an invaluable member of the annual fundraising banquet for the Brazos Valley African American Museum.
I also teach etiquette classes, and I've also taught indigent ladies who are ready to get into the workforce.
Davis is a retired educator, but she continues teaching future generations the importance of giving back.
Get involved in something that you enjoy doing. If it's skateboarding, teach someone else to skateboard.
She says find your passion, have a willingness to help, and when things get tough,
if I feel badly, if I have a headache, take an Advil, keep going, because it's going to impact someone else. I always like to bring a smile to someone's face. I'm proud to be a volunteer, and I'm proud of my Public Service Award. I am happy that the American Institute for Public Service created the Jefferson Award in 1972 to honor those of us who have dedicated our time to public service. Thank you to KBTX, the Bank and Trust, for sponsoring this award in our area. It's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. John F. Kennedy. I want to substitute country for community. Let's do what we can for our community. Many are called, but few are chosen. I am so very thankful for being one of those chosen to help better our community and to serve others. I'd like to thank everyone who were a part of the nomination committee, those who did everything they could to put me there. Thank you for those who created that nomination packet, and I want to thank the selection committee. Barry, thank you for loving me and supporting me through everything. Thank you.
You're watching the Jefferson Awards, a special presentation of KBTX Media and our partner, the Bank and Trust.
What do you really want from a bank? Is it taking a picture of your check with your smartphone? We have that. Is it paying your bills online? We can do that. Is it free checking for you or your small business? Got that too. Or is it really knowing you'll get first-class customer service from a locally owned community bank? Think about it. The Bank and Trust, local bank, local bankers.
The George Bush Presidential Library and Museum at Texas A&M University is a premier destination for researchers, students, and families alike. The library has 40 million pages of records, and the museum features more than 100,000 artifacts documenting the life of the nation's 41st president. Highlights include an Avenger aircraft, a segment of the Berlin Wall, dozens of interactive displays, and a chance to have your picture in our replica Oval Office. Be part of history at the George Bush Presidential Library and Museum.
You're watching the Jefferson Awards, a special presentation of KBTX Media and our partner, the Bank and Trust.
Tonight's honorees were chosen by a board of selectors. Members, please rise and stand until all are introduced, and please hold your applause until all are recognized. Selection committee members include 4 former Jefferson Award winners: Gloria Kennard, Clifford Hunter, Roy Lopez, and Jarvis Parsons. Our winners were also joined this year by KBTX News Director Josh Gorbett and Melody Motley from the Bank and Trust. More and more, the research shows that education doesn't begin and end in the classroom. That's why this next KBTX Jefferson Award recipient started the nonprofit Read by Third. News 3's Kathleen Whitty introduces us to Daniel Hernandez.
I wasn't the smartest, I didn't make the best grades, but I believed that I could do well.
While Daniel Hernandez is likely being modest about his smarts, he says the confidence is what really mattered, and he got that from his parents.
Encouraged us, created an environment at school and at home about reading, about studying.
He grew up the youngest of 10, the son of an immigrant and a field laborer. Not so different from the parents he now helps through Read by Third.
Our parents, regardless of their background, they can still have a dream. They can have a dream for their children, and their children can capture that dream.
These are healthy, nutrient-dense foods.
Once a month, local parents in Read by Third attend a Saturday program full of
literacy sessions, nutritional sessions, sessions on technology, sessions on relationships.
The goal? A better environment for their kids so that the whole family can focus on a child's education.
Parents are usually not a part of the scheme of learning and teaching, so we wanted to emphasize that.
The concept is based on research that says through third grade, kids are learning to read. After that, they're reading to learn.
If a child cannot read by third grade, they get frustrated. By the fourth, fifth, sixth grade, a study will show that they begin to just become disruptive. They become problem students. And by the eighth or ninth grade, they drop out. 60% of those that fail end up in prison or on welfare.
Statistics this lawyer spends his free time fighting.
I'm not a believer that people just say, well, they're low income or they don't know. No, they can have those same dreams given the opportunity and the right set of relationships.
To present to you your Jefferson Award.
Thank you. I want to thank KBTX and members of the nomination team that made my selection for the 2019 Jefferson Award. As a lifelong resident of Bryan College Station, I've been privileged to have benefited from opportunities that come from this wonderful and generous community. Both of my parents, as a team, in their own unique way, believed and instilled in us that faith in God, through our relationships, hard work, entrepreneurship, education and service, we would succeed in life. My mother told inspiring Bible stories to all of us, and I believed her. My father told me I was going to be the smartest of all his children because I was the only one to attend kindergarten. I believed him. My father told me I should be an attorney, and I believed him. My brothers told me, read, read, and read. If you want to go to Texas A&M, I believed them. Many years ago, several of my life experiences culminated into the idea of helping families achieve academic success for their children through reading. Anita, my Aggie wife, a pre-kindergarten teacher, through all her wonderful stories, inspired me to pursue Read by Third. Read by Third is designed to help families so they can inspire, encourage, and facilitate their children's academic success through reading. Read by Third is based on a study by the Annie E. Casey Foundation that a child that cannot read at grade level by third grade has an 80% chance of failure. Governor Greg Abbott, in his State of the State address recently, cited the following statistics. Only 40% of our third graders can read at grade level in Texas. And only a third of our students who are taking college entrance exams are college ready. Read by Third reminds me of how I've been blessed and my parents and siblings have created an environment and expectation of academic success. As a result of volunteers, teachers, A&M faculty, and students, we have inspired hundreds of families and their children to believe in Read by Third. Thank you.
Philanthropy has always been an important part of Dr. Tom King's life, As Josh Dinky learned, our community would look a whole lot different without his dedication to volunteering.
What do Bryan's Carnegie Library, MSC Opus, and the George Bush Presidential Library have in common? They probably wouldn't exist today without Tom King.
I've lived here a long time.
He's been here for over half a century. Even at almost 93 years old, King is still active in the Bryan Rotary, volunteering his time and singing along with his fellow Rotarians. King served in the Navy during World War II, then met the love of his life and opened a dental practice here in town. Kay Conley has known King since she was a young girl, and she's seen him do a lot in the community, including donating land for CHI St. Joseph.
Well, anybody that gives land, that's a big gift. He's done that. And anybody that serves on a board, it takes a lot. It takes a whole lot to do that. And he's done that over and over and over and more. But more, it's just who he is as a great man, a man that you can trust, and that when he says something, he does it.
He was also a founding donor and founding volunteer at the Bush Library. The list goes on, but this is what King had to say about earning the Jefferson Award.
Well, surprise. I didn't expect it, so.
When I asked if there was anything specific King wanted to tackle,
not particularly. I think things are going well.
And he's a big reason why.
It is my privilege to present to you this 2019 Jefferson Award medallion. Congratulations.
I would like to thank the Jefferson Award Committee, KVTX, the Bank and Trust for this honor. I started my practice here in Bryan in 1951, specialized in orthodontics in 57. My family has been blessed to live and work in this wonderful community. We have always been very active in the Bryan First Baptist Church. I served on the board of the Bryan ISD for 9 years. I served on the Carnegie Library Board too. During that tenure, I served as chairman of the building committee of the new Clara Montz Library and the preservation of the Carnegie Library due to its historical significance. Several of us professionals joined in purchase about 40 acres at the corner of 29th Street and Villa Maria Road to encourage a possible medical center. We donated land to St. Joseph, and which now is medical, which now is the St. Joseph Health Medical Center, which now serves all of the area. I encourage you to look for ways in our community that you can help others. There are so many opportunities out there. I hope you will find those opportunities that interest you and give some of your time and your energy to others to make a difference in this world, in your community, and in the lives of others. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. King. Since 1972, the Jefferson Awards have honored trailblazers like Barbara Bush, Bill and Melinda Gates, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, General Colin Powell, and Oprah Winfrey, just to name a few. They've also recognized more than 62,000 unsung heroes who help make communities across the country great places to live and work. Tonight, one of our recipients joins the ranks on that national stage. We are honored to announce that the person selected to represent the Brazos Valley at the National Jefferson Awards ceremony in Washington, D.C., and become eligible to receive a National Jefferson Award is Cherie Bogner. Please join me in congratulating her. Cherie, this June, you will travel to our nation's capital representing the best of the Brazos Valley. Know that we are so proud to have you represent the Brazos Valley and all those who volunteer. You serve as an exceptional example of our community's best. Before we conclude, we would like to thank the Bush Foundation and the entire Bush family for again hosting the Jefferson Awards. Congratulations to our winners, and thank you all for joining us. Good night.
Thank you for joining us for the Jefferson Awards, a special presentation of KBTX Media and our partner, the Bank and Trust.